we look at the meeting and event spend, it's made up of a number of large categories. The largest category has been on the hotel side. And over the last number of years, we've seen a lot of improvements in being able to track how much hotels are costing, opportunities to be able to negotiate on those contracts, and find ways for cost savings around the hotel category. But there's another large category that many companies have, and that is on the AV and production side. For some companies, that category actually tops the hotel accommodation side. But for certainly, we see a trend amongst almost every vertical that the AV and production, if not first, will likely be the second largest category. So what are some of the opportunities to be able to address this specific AV and production category and to be able to find opportunities to better source and therefore be able to find cost savings within the AV and production category? And that really starts with being able to track what you're spending at a granular enough level. One of the best ways to be able to figure out if you can better source this category is to collect the data that's granular enough to be able to see. So you might look and say, okay, we're spending X amount in total on AV and production, but that's not going to be helpful in being able to go out and source the category. You need to be able to go granular enough. How much of that spend is on labor? How much of that is on equipment? How much of that within the equipment is the microphone rentals over and over again, which may be more of a commodity, versus special equipment for certain types of meetings that you have, that it might be better to source that particular equipment from one company and the standard microphone speaker rental from another type of company. But we think that there are cost savings in the upwards of 10% and possibly more once you're able to get the granularity of this data and be able to go to market and understand it. So of course the challenge is, how do you get that granularity without it taking a ton of time? So within the standard SMM budget modules, to have to literally granularly go in and enter every single line item of an AV invoice is probably going to take too much time and offset too much of the cost savings. So the opportunity is to really replace that ordering process with an automated system. And so from the AV company side and the production company side, this is really a true opportunity to step up and think about, how am I offering my customers to order from me, right? How do they? Not only how efficient is that process in ordering it from me, but understanding that their goal is to be able to wind up with the granularity of that data and to really start to rethink how you as an AV and production company can now start to go and say, how can I work with the way my client wants to work with me versus this is the way I do business, this is the way I receive my orders. And knowing that this category is really the next big category that companies are going to start sourcing, there's a huge opportunity for those companies who step up and say, I'm going to start working the way that my client wants me to work, to actually get a lot of that business beyond just convenience and of being in a hotel potentially that you got that business, or potentially you might have priced better. But if they can't understand their spend, then that's going to be the first barrier for them in deciding who their partners are going to be. So really something changing in this industry, which is exciting and a huge opportunity now for the AV and production companies.